Hey everybody, I'm back after kind of a long break. We've been really busy at work lately, so I haven't had a lot of time to make a new video for the YouTube channel. But as you can see, I have a lot of stuff in the works. Right now I wanted to do a quick video on a Hot Wheels mod. My brother and I recently started playing the game Gaslands, and we played it a few times and decided that I wanted to make a couple custom cars. So today I was going to do that, and I decided, hey, why not make a video? Should be a lot of fun. So let's get started with this Volkswagen super weird looking, it's kind of a Beetle, it's kind of not, but I thought it'd be an interesting little fast car for Gaslands. Anyways, let's take it apart and see what we got to work with on the inside. It had this whole crazy engine detail that you couldn't really see, like the hood scoop sticks out of the top of the car. It's interesting that they put all that work into it when you really couldn't see it, so we're going to do something to just try to make that pop out a little bit more. This isn't really a tutorial on making a Gaslands car, it's just kind of showing how I did it. I wanted to be super cheap with it too, so I ended up using a lot of like toothpicks and stuff like that to make it kind of my own without having to spend a lot of money on, like, you know, molded plastic pieces and stuff like that. So I just used a bunch of stuff I had laying around the house, and this Hot Wheels car only cost me $1. So that's one of the exciting things about this game, is that it's pretty cheap to get into and pretty cheap to do the work on to kind of make it your own, which that's what it's all about. Here we got most of the paint removed. I'm fine with some of it being on there because I'm going for kind of a post-apocalyptic look. It's okay for, you know, for it to look ratty and a little messed up. So anyways, I'm going to take this mesh window and I'm going to glue it in to replace the plastic windows. When it's painted, it's going to look kind of like a fencing armor, like some cheap homemade armor that they came up with. And as you can see here, I'm cutting some toothpicks. I'm going to make some spikes on the front of the car. I'm also going to add some side skirts with toothpicks. I'm going to make them look like chrome pipes, and I think that would be really interesting. Here you can see that. And this is just some red wire from a Radio Shack that we've had laying around, and I just grabbed some of it and started shaping it to the car. And I glued it on at 2 points, and I don't really know what this is supposed to be. I just thought it looked cool. And the last thing I did was add the blaster. This is from a Star Wars Stormtrooper figure that I had sitting around. So there was already a hole in the hood of the car. I just kind of stuck the hand grip through the hole. And here I'm using Tamiya weathering kits to give it this kind of weathered, rundown, post-apocalyptic look. I'm only using 2 kits and the little built-in brushes that it came with, but I think it's doing a great job. If you look at it, it kind of looks kind of goldish, kind of dirty, bronze, messed up looking, and to me it's quite interesting the way it looks. And now I'm taking a sanding pad and I'm just kind of scratching it up. I'm taking all the paint away in certain areas to make the metal shine back through, or the die cast, and give it scratches and stuff like it's been well used and you know, beaten up and driven down dirty, dusty, gross roads. You see here I'm kind of making sure all of my scratches are in the direction of the car moving forward, so I'm making sure my sanding stick is making all the lines go towards the back of the car like that. Now, thinking my post-apocalyptic characters will really like to have their chrome, so I'm going to make sure my chrome is really brilliant and standing out, and pretend like these guys who drive this car really take an effort to only make an effort to keep the chrome looking good. So the chrome on this car is going to be super pristine and stand out, whereas the rest of the car is going to be pretty junky. And here we go, we're putting it back together. Just slid the engine, and then some people like to rivet these closed or screw them closed and drill out the posts. I wasn't going to do that because this isn't supposed to be some kind of show car or anything like that. It's going to be used, so I literally just glued it back together onto the posts with just some regular glue. And here's a before and after to show what we started with and kind of what we ended up with. And if you're interested about Gaslands, look it up online. I'm sure there's a lot of information about it. And anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.